Thank you for joining me. Welcome back. I am here in my quiet corner here, my little mini recording studio, so hopefully you can hear me well. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about stress reduction. I want to show you a breathing technique that's very simple and extremely effective at sort of overriding the stress response in our nervous system. A lot of us, most of us, are feeling on edge lately. It's starting to become more of a long-term situation than, a stressful week or two in someone's life. It's becoming 6-7 months with a lot of things still up in the air. So our stress responses, rather than spiking and then taming down again, are starting to, for many people, become more chronic. Even if they're low level, they're becoming something that begins in the morning and is with us until we fall asleep, if we can fall asleep. So the consequence of this chronic stress response is insomnia, poor digestion, emotional reactivity that we might usually have more mindful control of, issues with our breathing and possibly even our heart and our heart rate, and just a very hard time relaxing into things that used to be possibly comforting or normalizing after a period of stress. So if you've heard of, I'm not going to go through all of the science of it right now. There's a lot of it. It's very interesting, and I hope to speak to you about it in a longer video on my YouTube channel. But there are two distinct parts of our nervous system that are talked about a lot: the parasympathetic nervous system and the sympathetic nervous system. The parasympathetic is our rest and digest mode. The sympathetic is like get up, run, energy, activate, protect ourselves, that stress and fear mode. So to return balance and homeostasis to those two parts of our nervous system, there are lots of methods, including breathing, deep relaxation, and visualization, that can actually directly stimulate the parasympathetic nervous system and encourage that rest and digest, that relaxation mode to come on even stronger, taming down the symptoms of the stress mode. So we're going to practice that today by using a diaphragmatic breath, which you may have heard or learned about being called a belly breath or a 3-part breath, even an ocean wave breath. There are many, many names, and there are different ways to do it. I'm going to show you a pretty simplified version of it today. We're going to be breathing in just 2 parts, breathing down into our belly and then breathing into our chest and the base of the throat as one area. So there are 2 distinct parts that I want you to visualize as you breathe. When you breathe down into your belly, you are using your diaphragm. The diaphragm is a large muscle that is attached to your bottom ribs and comes down and back up. When we purposefully, consciously breathe down into the belly, we're activating that muscle to push down and create more space for the air to come in. And then when we relax with control, we're allowing that muscle to come up, but not just fling back up, we're controlling it in an eccentric contraction. So we're lengthening the muscle as it comes back up. So just by focusing on the diaphragm and controlling it consciously and learning to strengthen it and get better at using it, we are stimulating the vagus nerve, V-A-G-U-S, not Vegas as in Las Vegas, the vagus nerve, which has direct connections to so many things, including your heart, your lungs, your entire digestive tract, and the immune system that is part of your digestive system as well. So it can have myriad effects on bringing you into a deep state of calm where your body, even at a cellular level, can start to heal itself very rapidly. I believe it takes something like 2 to 3 minutes before that activation becomes very significant. And that's a very short period of time to practice a breathing exercise and get very excellent results. And you'll see this for yourself as you practice. After 2 to 3 minutes, you will feel much, much, much more calm. Your thoughts and emotions will be more sorted. You'll have better control over your body. And if you do this at night, you'll be able to ease into a relaxing, deep, rejuvenating sleep more easily. So I'm going to teach you this sitting up today in a YouTube video on my channel at Centered Wellness. I'll link it down below if you want to follow me. That would be great and appreciated. I will do the reclining variation of a 3-part diaphragmatic breath. It feels different when you're lying down, and you'll be able to go inside your body and really feel out what's happening at a different level when you're lying down. But say you wanted to do this in the middle of the day, you have a stressful event at work, you read something awful on the news, surprise, and you want to turn everything off. You want to turn your stress response off, your fight or flight mode, shut it down, and you have 2 minutes. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to sit up straight, uncross your legs just as if you were preparing for a meditation. Think about softening your belly, so it helps to wear something loose like this. Maybe if you have a belt on or a waistband that's tight, loosen that if you can. And get rid of that sensation of pulling in your belly to look better. Really let it go, let it soften and round out so that your diaphragm can move down lower into the abdomen and create more space for the air. So basically, you're going to breathe through your nose and send that breath down as far as you can, filling up the entire space of the abdomen before you fill the chest. Now, is that really what's going on in the body when you're breathing this way? It's not so simple, but if you visualize it in this way, breathing from bottom to top, that's what's going to stimulate the vagus nerve through the diaphragm. So I'm going to show you now. You can kind of watch my body and see where the breath is moving. I'm going to breathe down into the belly, and then I'm going to breathe and fill up the rest of the chest. When I exhale, I'm going to exhale from the belly first, letting the navel just sink back towards the spine, or gently even pulling your belly button back towards your spine to press the air out. And then allow everything from the chest and base of the throat to come out as well. When I breathe back in, it's straight down to the belly, rounding out, filling up as much as possible, and then filling the top, and then exhaling first the belly, and then whatever's left in the upper space. It helps if you place one hand over your belly, right around your navel, and then one hand on your upper chest. Your thumb might be on your clavicle and your collarbone here. So watch me before you begin. I'm going to inhale down to the base and then the top, and then exhale from base and top. And this should be a slow, conscious breath. You don't need to count, just slow your breath down as much as you comfortably can. So now you can see I'm filling the belly, pressing into the hand, filling the chest, releasing from the belly, and then the chest. So go ahead and try on your own. Place one hand on your abdomen and one hand on your chest. And through the nose, you can close your eyes so you can really feel this more. Breathe all the way down into the lower hand, letting your belly extend outwards. Fill up that entire area until there's no more space, and then start to fill the chest. Let your ribs expand out to the side, to the back body. And now exhaling from the base. The navel floats back towards the spine, pressing gently back until all the air is gone. And then the chest and upper rib cage. Continue on your own. You can leave your hands there, breathe down to the base, then filling up any space remaining in the top. And exhaling from the belly, and then the top. Go ahead and continue for a few more breaths. You can leave your hands in place so you can really feel the movement of the breath. If it gives you any pain or tension or discomfort in your shoulders or arms, you can rest your hands down on your lap and just visualize those two distinct areas. Breathing into the abdomen, filling the belly, and then breathing into the chest and rib cage, filling the top. Exhaling from the belly, every bit of air, and then exhaling whatever's left in the chest and base of the throat. Keep breathing like this through your nose. Your face is soft. Your focus is internal, visualizing where that breath is filling and where it's emptying from. Keep your full focus on the breath for about another minute. As you continue to breathe in those two parts, into the belly and then the chest, keep your face and your jaw as soft as you can. If you notice any tension creeping into the body, let it go and return your attention back to this diaphragmatic breathing. You're probably already starting to feel more calm, more centered, more grounded in your body, like you have a little more control over how your body and mind feels. Continue breathing from the base to the top and exhaling from the base to the top for just a few more breaths, very slow and controlled. You can see if there is a way to find even more space in those two areas for the last couple of breaths here. Is there anywhere else you can find a little room for a little more air? When you exhale from your belly, from the base first, keep your chest lifted until it's ready to release the air as well. Let's do our last breath. Through the nose all the way down to the base of the belly, filling up every available space. And then the chest, expanding the rib cage to receive as much as possible. Keep the chest lifted. Exhale from your belly, navel back to the spine. And then letting anything in the chest go as well. You can release your hands. Release the two parts of the breath. Leave your eyes closed, but just begin to breathe normally. Watching your normal breath and really taking notice for a moment or two of how you feel. How does your body feel right now? What was your body's reaction to this diaphragmatic breathing exercise? So bringing your nervous system back into balance, back into homeostasis as much as possible. Even if you need to do it a few times a day, it's going to help with your cardiovascular health, which is so important right now, especially when we're fighting COVID, which has a particular effect on that system. It's also going to help with your digestive system. If you suffer from constipation or anything like that, this is an ideal exercise to help with that, as well as insomnia, as well as mental fluctuations and emotional reactivity. And then luckily, since our gut, our digestive tract, this whole system in our lower abdomen has a direct link, and some say it has its own immune system, right? And a direct link with the brain and immune cells. That just this breathing done a few times a day can help to boost certain aspects of your immune system as well, which is extremely important right now as we try to navigate in this new world. So if you're finding yourself a little more stressed out than usual, or you're finding that effects of stress are lasting a little longer, or that you're noticing things every single day, this is an exercise to really tune into, to adopt and bring it into your daily habits, your daily routine, even if it's just for 2 minutes a day. Thank you guys for joining me again. I really hope you'll practice. And if you did this exercise with me, or if you're watching this later on as a replay and you did the exercise, please let me know in the comments what it felt like to you. What was the after effect? How did it make you feel? I would love to know. And I hope you have a great day.